The Cleveland Teachers Union is just the latest body to reveal itself as a total fraud. Teachers in the Mistake on the Lake promised to go back to work and resume in-person learning last Monday, but they pulled a massive quitsy and reneged on their pledge. They demanded teachers be vaccinated and provided with proper PPE, so they were, and now they won't. The state's lieutenant governor tweeted, quote, Cleveland school personnel jumped to the front of the line to get vaccines in return for going back to school in person March 1st. Now the union is violating that agreement. If you weren't going to go back to work, then you shouldn't have taken the vaccine. But they did take the vaccine. And you know what? If you won't go back to the classroom, you should be fired. Their union president, Sherry Obrensky, said in a statement, quote, the members of the Cleveland Teachers Union are eager to come back to the classroom to serve their students in person, but not until we can ensure a safe and orderly return, end quote. Here's the problem. You can twist those words to make just about anything unsafe and disorderly for eternity. And maybe that's what's really happening. Teachers are being vaccinated. Schools have been promised $130 billion to reopen. The whole enterprise has been deemed generally safe by the CDC. Yet here are the teachers sitting on their candied asses, making up more and more excuses to work fewer hours from home. I love that the Cleveland Teachers Union is just the latest clown parade to reveal themselves as heartless, lazy shills who are just trying to milk a tragedy to the expense of kids' mental health to score points and money. You are not scoring. You are losing. And those who miss out aren't Gavin Newsom's kids who frolic in the safe bosom of fully open private schools. It is children and communities of color who have no other options. Yet they have been abandoned by teachers unions who despise choice, yet they are choosing to destroy their futures. Get mad, moms and dads. March on schools. Hold Zoom blackouts like they're threatening in Los Angeles. Read stories about kids in towns next to yours where their doors are open safely. Children are protected. But most of all, those children are learning. Take back your choices and your power and demand better from teachers and governors from whom we have seen the worst during this pandemic. Keeping children out of school is not working, but collecting a full paycheck for working part-time is clearly the end game for a group of wholly expendable educators who deserve to be fired en masse for committing this level of fraud. And that's the memo. If you need a reminder of how badly this is affecting our children, take a look at this viral video of a 9-year-old girl in California bursting into tears of joy when she found out her school was reopening. Watch.
Really? I've been going to school in such a long time. You're enjoying that, I've been to school such a long time.
358 days.
That's more than a year.
No.
Almost a
It is unconscionable what they are doing to children. Kids want to go back to school. Parents want their kids in school. Why are teachers' unions getting in the way if schools have the green light to open safely? Here with me now, Cato Institute adjunct scholar and the Reason Foundation's director of school choice, Corey DeAngelis, is back. Corey, the more I talk about this, the more I get angry and the more I become heartbroken because children are truly being damaged. What do you see as the end game for these teachers' unions?
Yeah, look, it's been far too long. Schools have been closed for about a year now, and it's a problem of incentives. There's a massive power imbalance in the K-12 public education system between the monopoly and individual families, and the reason for that is they get your children's education dollars regardless of whether the families are satisfied with the product, and this year in particular, as we've seen, regardless of whether they even open their doors for business. So I think families are really looking at this problem here, and they're turning to things like school choice, seeing that these buildings are closed. Why shouldn't I be able to take my children's education to a private school? You talked about Cleveland, Ohio a second ago. You had Ohio private schools taking the fight to the courts for the right to try to reopen their doors for business not too long ago. whereas the public school teachers unions have been fighting to remain closed. And I think, look, this is a huge difference of incentives. And the only way that we're going to fix that messed up set of incentives that's ingrained in the public school system is to have the funding follow the child instead of the institution.
That is absolutely what has to happen here. Unfortunately, you have an administration that is beholden to these teachers unions. And every time UTLA or Cleveland Teachers Union or any other big city teachers union does this, it just shows that they are frauds and what they are doing to these children at the same time claiming they're essential workers. But, you know, imagine that. The demand is the new demand, we have to have vaccines. They get vaccines. They're still not going back to work. That is fine. Open charter schools, open pods, explore homeschooling, find different ways of allowing your children to learn, because obviously these people who, if they are committing this level of fraud, should be fired. That is the greatest threat to them.
Look, if Safeway employees go on strike, you can take your money elsewhere. If school employees go on strike, families should similarly be able to take their children's education dollars elsewhere. And I think families are finally waking up and understanding that they're getting a bad deal in this relationship. And so support for school choice or funding students directly has jumped by 10 percentage points in just a few months.
Yeah.
From 67% to 77% from April to August of 2020, wow, according to a nationwide survey. And a majority of legislators in a majority of states have introduced legislation to fund students as opposed to systems. So the teachers unions might have overplayed their hand. And I think in a way, they've done more to advance the concept of school choice than anyone could have ever imagined.
Yes, you cannot have it both ways. You cannot be an essential worker, but also abstain from doing your job. Can you imagine if ER nurses did that? If they went, nope, we're not gonna go to work. And or grocery store workers or people in the food packing industry, our entire society would have shut down and starved. They feel the responsibility. They are just as responsible for educating these students. And Corey, I hope you are absolutely right. I hope this is the breaking point where parents realize there is another way of doing this, and that other way may be far superior than being beholden to these teachers unions. Corey DeAngelis, thank you so much. I appreciate it.